Hi Cancer, welcome to your monthly chakra healing video for the month of January. I am a little bit excited for you guys because you guys have like a lot of stuff going on with your chakras. It's not bad. I mean, there's some cards that we're going to talk about, but for the most part, it's not bad for this month. Your bottom of the deck is, well, I like to start from like the major arcana. So the Magician, the King of Swords, the Knight of Cups, and the Seven of Pentacles is the bottom of your deck. And I'm gonna go ahead and show you guys which card is where, and then your oracle cards, and then we're going to talk about it. Okay, so for your root chakra this month, you have the Page of Pentacles. For your sacral chakra, we have the King of Wands. For your solar plexus, you have the Ace of Cups. Your heart chakra, Queen of Pentacles. Throat chakra, Nine of Cups. Third eye, the Page of Cups, and the Two of Pentacles. And your crown chakra, you have the Five of Swords and the Tower. Okay, so right off the bat, it's pretty obvious that you guys have crown chakra work to do, but we're going to talk about that. For your oracle cards, you have Boundaries, which I'm not surprised, and Home, which I'm also not surprised. And then you have Chariot of Ascension, Spiritual Work of the Higher Initiate. I channeled Offset for this, also known as Isis for those who don't know the Kemetic names. And Goddess of 10,000 Names, Isis, Endless Emanations of the Priestess, which we're also going to talk about as well. Now, there's a lot of things going on in your reading, but we're going to start with this guy right here. The Page of Pentacles in the root chakra. I'm not really surprised that this came up in your reading and that there's like this earthy energy in your reading, especially in your heart chakra as well. Why? Because Cancer is the sister sign of Capricorn. So you guys tend to do a little bit well during our season. The reason for that being is just because we are naturally nurturing. There's like a give and take there. Water signs and earth signs tend to make really good couples for that reason, because we're able to give you the support that you need with the water, the amount of water that you have. So there's a lot of kind of things being planted on your end, and I feel like you guys are feeling a little bit more grounded. The emotions are still there. Okay, the emotions are still there, but for the most part, you're feeling a little bit more grounded and a little bit more stable, and there's some things that you actually want to try out in and kind of expand with. And the other thing about it being Capricorn season for you guys is that it kind of triggers your cardinal energy, because anytime the sun is in a cardinal sign, it starts pretty much triggering all cardinal signs. So this affects Libras, this affects Aries, Capricorns, and Cancer. We kind of have that little bit of, it's almost like we're on edge, but not in a bad way. It's like we want to kind of move on something, make some move, plant some seeds, like set up some goals, see where we want to take things, like what we want to work on. We kind of are able to really push each other in each other's seasons, which makes it, it makes it fun. But this is why this is in your root chakra. You have the Page of Pentacles in your root chakra, because you're actively getting influenced by the energy around you this month. There is this kind of seed that's being planted. And while I was pulling out your cards, it's interesting because when these two cards came out, and the first thing that came to my mind as far as what Spirit said was that some people are going to want to either set the intention to have a child, or they're actively like just getting to the point where they're convinced, or Spirit is gonna be matching them up. It's almost like some of you guys are like at the perfect what is it called when you're like, I'm a girl and I forgot this word, but you know that term, I can't remember what it's called, when you're like at the perfect window to have a child. Oh my god, what is it called? All the girls in the comments are gonna be like, girl. I can't remember what it's called, but I'm pretty sure you guys know what I'm talking about. There's like this window after you have your period, like in between your period, that you are perfectly like, it's a good window to try to have a child. I feel like some of you guys are trying to have a child, or even if you don't know that you are like, and if you're not in that mindset, you need to be a little bit careful, because that means you're kind of at your prime to be kind of manifesting that energy. And because Cancer is it rules, you know, the home and family in that way, you also got to be careful, because if you're kind of in a really toxic situation, you could be creating a home space for yourself where maybe it's not actually the best way for you to use this energy. This is something that's kind of well known. Like if you're at like a really good point in your life where your body and your spirit and everything is in alignment for, you know, you to be able to manifest something new, it can also come up as a child. So just be mindful of how this comes up. I do feel like there are some people who are ready to have children though. It's just kind of obvious. And if it's not a child, it's an idea, it's a company, it's birth to something. Like maybe some of you guys are going to start writing books or something. Like there's just something fresh, something new happening for you guys, that you're setting, and you're kind of you're using the energy for that. Now with your solar plexus, I'm not really surprised that Ace of Cups is here, okay? Because you guys manifest your emotion. That's where your willpower is in the solar plexus. And you guys, you know, you're a cardinal sign, you manifest your emotion. So there's a lot of things that are activated by how you feel about it and how you react to it on an emotional level. And this is really how you want to work with this energy for this month. You want to make sure that you are feeling your way through what is it that you want, set the intentions for what it is that you want, make sure you are clear on your emotional health when it comes to what you're processing, why you feel the way you do. Are you processing it in a healthy way? Are you overreacting? Are you like trying to drown yourself in your emotions, or are you trying to use it in a proactive way? Like, what does that look like for you? Make sure that you're using this ace, because this just means that you are at a really good place of being able to water those ideas that you have. This is what I said about Capricorn season and Cancers. Like, you guys do really well on Capricorn season, so just use this ace properly, and figure out what it is that you want to nurture, because it's even in your heart chakra you have the Queen of Pentacles. So there's an element of you where you're more grounded into the ideas that you're planning. So this part of your reading, the lower chakras for you guys, I feel fine about. This is when we need to talk up here, okay? The upper chakras we need to talk about, because that's where it gets getting a little critical. Regardless, you guys are feeling good. You're in, I feel like you guys feel comfortable as far as your voice goes, and using your third chakra, being honest or being comfortable. Like, I feel like there's a knowing to you guys this month. There's something that you guys are just like, you know what? I've gotten to a place with myself that I've achieved this, I've done this, and now I want to take it to the next level. I'm comfortable. I put myself in a good position. I elevated myself to this. And now I'm in a different, you know, mindset as far as throat chakra goes. For your third eye. And again, we have another Page of Cups and then the Two of Pentacles. This, you're going to, at one of these points very soon, be at a crossroads, or be seeing a crossroads coming up relatively quickly. The reason why I say this is because of this Two of Pentacles. The Page of Cups is an intention, but water tends to be, especially because you guys are water, it tends to be a little bit, you know, a little bit elusive. Like, you don't know if you kind of almost don't even know which side to go on at this point. Like, okay, if you take this turn, this is gonna leave you there. If you take that turn, like, do you want, like, to put it in like quicker terms, is like almost like, let's say you want to have a baby, but do you want to have a baby with the person you're with, or do you want to have a baby generally, and then maybe the person you're with is not the one? What, like, how does that look like for you? How does the intention that you're setting in your root chakra actually manifesting and balancing you out and being something that's positively grounding for you, versus it being something that's not healthy? And this is where your intuition is going to be the key. You are going to be told on a spiritual level what it is in your guidance, what it is that you need to do, and you need to be honest with yourself and take that advice as you will. Okay, that's why this is in the third eye. There's like, it's almost like there's a part of you that might not want to fully trust your intuition, or maybe you don't want to admit that what you know is true. Like, for example, for that, you know, if you want a baby, but then at the same time you don't feel like the person you're with is father potential or mother potential, and you just, or you don't see yourself having a family with them, or you just don't love them in that level, you need to be honest with yourself, because your intuition is going to be telling you exactly what it is that you need moving forward. And it's really about making sure you're in balance and not letting your emotions be an overwhelming thing, because again, it can get overwhelming if you let it this month. You either have power or you have lost all control. So just make sure that you are in alignment with yourself. Okay, take that power. For your crown chakra, okay? For your crown chakra, you have the 5 of Swords and the Tower. I'm not really necessarily mad that the Tower's in the crown chakra, because the Tower's a card of Uranus, and you know, it is in his energy. However, there is something about you guys this month where you think you did the thing. Like, you think, oh, you know, I was right to do this. Like, maybe with your throat chakra, you get a little bit too comfortable. You get a little bit like, oh, I know what I'm doing. I know, no. And you might just get caught off guard with other people, especially when it comes to relationships. For some reason, it's almost like you think you're in the right alignment, but the universe comes in and pushes you to the next thing. Like, there's something that you were missing, or maybe you just didn't expect something to be at your door. You just kind of, it's almost like, be mindful of the people that how you communicate with people in a way that's just, I'm trying to find the words to put it together. It's like, I feel like there's a part of you guys that's a little bit really self-focused and really, the word, I know what the word is, but for some reason I can't remember the word itself. But I just feel like you guys are, okay, you guys are a little bit, I'm moving a little bit from a place of entitlement, a little bit, just a tap it. Okay, it doesn't have to be necessarily negative, but at the same time, it's almost like you feel a little bit too comfortable right now on a spiritual level. There's just like a little bit of you need something, you need a spark, you need it's almost like the universe wants to kind of come out of nowhere and put you in a situation just so you can react to it, because right now it's almost like you're too comfortable. And I can see that there's like boundaries here, and I'm pretty sure this is why this came out. There's almost like a disconnect and a distance from others right now, in a way that's just like, I kind of have stuff to do. Like, if you, as far as, you know, what cancers are known to do as far as taking care of everybody, if you guys have been doing that for a really long time, right now I feel like you guys are either at a place where you're not doing it as much, or you're in your head a lot, and in your head you're not caring as much as you usually do about how you take care of others. And that relationship, that connection, that disconnect that's happening has created a boundary. Okay, and it's almost like you're really trying to ground yourself. Like this card, the fact that the home card came up and your reading is really beautiful to me, because you guys, again, rule the home. This is your element, and you guys are really kind of trying to put your energy together, because part of you being able to give to other people is creating that essence of home, creating that essence of like, this is something I can go back to. This is what I'm grounded in and rooted in. You guys do this the best out of any sign. So when you have this coming in, it's almost like when, if let's say you have kids and you kind of been telling them what to do, or like saying, no, you can't do this because of that, and then one day they stop you and they're like, you know what, you're wrong, and this is why you're wrong. This is that moment right here. Okay, in your crown chakra, it's almost like you thought that you are in this kind of power and in this knowing, but then something comes at you that teaches you something else. There's something that you need to learn here. So with the boundaries that you have created, that disconnect between yourself and others, there is still knowledge that needs to be had. And I feel like you guys need to do some meditation. You guys need to do, like, don't think you're too good for something. Don't think you can't do certain things just because of who you are, because you will get taught that lesson real quick. So just be mindful of the way this is coming up for you guys. For some other people, there's some karma that they're getting on a, I can see it as a past life, but at the same time, it's almost like there's an enemy coming in that has been your enemy from before, and it's something that's coming out of nowhere, and this energy is just like, wah, right in your face. So be mindful of this energy and how it's playing out for you guys this month, because really you guys just need to work on your upper chakras for this month itself. And the way to really work on it is really to go back to your own essence. And this is why this card came out. Okay, Goddess of 10,000 names. For the example for this one would be because Aset, aka Isis, is also, she embodies that mother energy, and there's many goddesses that embody that mother energy. And the point of this card is to say that the energy of her, the energy that is of who she is and how she works, it's also something that has been called, she's been called other names such as Yemaya, for example. So this is really about embodying that essence and connecting to that mother energy and being your best self. And that's something that Capricorn triggers you guys to do within the season. It's really about nourishment and where you've been giving it, where you've been taking it away from. But right now, yeah, you guys are there's something being activated here, and it's really to push you. That's why you got Chariot of Ascension, spiritual work of the higher initiate. You're going up to the next level. This is an upgrade. Okay, Uranus, ultimately, he wants you to upgrade. You guys are too comfortable. You guys have been in the tower. You guys are out here kinning and queening and all this stuff. But now it's time. Like, you thought it doesn't matter if you like 35, 45 years old and you're like, oh no, I lived my life already, blah blah blah, I know, blah, blah. No, you're still gonna get pushed. There's still more stuff for you to learn. There's still more stuff that you need to experience. There's still ways that you need to affect other people. So there's stuff that's coming. There's stuff that you need to know. There's stuff that you need to process. There's people that you need to meet. Be very mindful how this energy comes up for you guys. I would definitely say meditate. This is a lot of crown chakra work and crown chakra healing, which is why this is spiritual work of the higher initiate. This is higher knowledge, higher education for you on a spiritual level, so you can understand why things are happening. And being a water sign and moving through your emotions on a spiritual level, you guys need to know. So make sure you're on top of it. Stay on top of your learning. Stay on top of your lessons as well. I hope you guys enjoyed this reading, and I will see you in the next one. Bye.